Hi, welcome everyone. Welcome to Glenda's Dragon's Den. I'm your host, Glenda Dawson. And here with me in the studio, of course, are my co-host, Ashley, and my dragon wrangler, LD. Hope everyone had a good week. And if you celebrated Mother's Day, happy Mother's Day to everyone, whether you're a mom, stepmom, foster mom, or even a man acting as a mom, because sometimes we have to take whatever roles are given to us. Ashley, how was your week?
It was good. Yeah, so we had a bunch of exciting things. My other show, Geeked Out, it's an anime video game show. We have our first sponsor. So big shout out to All Gen Games in Mount Pocono. And they just had a free video game this past weekend.
Nice.
And they're the only store in the Pocono area that did it.
Very good.
You want to get your paper sack and get anything from like an Atari game all the way up to Xbox One.
Wow. Very good. Very good. Congrats. LD, how was your week?
Well, my week was with you, so it was outstanding.
Excellent response.
You poor thing.
If I had a scorecard, I'd give it a 10 out of 10.
So today we're going to be discussing the subject of magical motherhood. Now, before we start, actually, I just wanted to point out that we do have 4 different items to give away. They were all handmade by me and will be Reiki induced for protection and blessings before I send it out to whoever gets it. We'll basically be giving away 2 every hour, but the people have to be in chat. So they cannot cheat. A couple of days from now.
Yeah, you have to be live during the show.
You have to be live. And we did say that last week, so anybody that listened should know.
You better get their buns in that chat room.
Yep. So, and we do have the pictures sliding right in the middle of our promo there, the screen. Those are the pictures of necklaces. There's 2 necklaces. One like a sun catcher thing that you could put in your window or even in your car. Has all the colors of the chakras. And also a necklace set, which includes a necklace, earrings, and a bracelet. So, and if you're a man and you don't wear that, it's okay. I'm sure you have somebody you could give it away to. Today, for me, Mother's Day is a very mixed day. My mom passed away in 2003, and she was my rock and my best friend, and basically my pure cheerleader. But at the same time, I'm very blessed to have had the opportunity to be a mom myself, even after miscarrying a few. And I have 3 wonderful kids, little pains in the necks every once in a while. Well, not little. They're adults now. They're big pains. Well, 3 that I had personally.
Oh, that you birthed.
Yes, I birthed.
You birthed.
I have a total of 8.
8 is enough.
8 is enough, yes. And they keep me hopping, all of them.
And that's a sight.
Yep. They keep me hopping. So I do want to say that throughout this show, you will understand what I mean when I refer to magic, the magical motherhood. Magic is often referred to as something that's mystical or mysterious, perhaps something supernatural, unexplainable. But it really, the definitions I'm speaking about are really more exciting and charming and fascinating and wonderful and captivating or even glamorous. Maybe those are more the lines that I'm thinking about. Like my magic begins and ends with my sons and daughters. they're really the magic. They're the future. They're the wonder. They're the fascinating and the captivating. They're the glamorous. They're the ones that you could see right in front of you. Their eyes lit up, and when they're talking about video games, or they're playing together, or in between, or they could be talking about computers, and I'm like way out there, like have no idea what they're talking about. But they're all fascinating, and they all have the subjects, and they, even if it's a show that only one watched, the other ones are catching up, and they're all just discussing all these things that it's beautiful to watch. From the stage that they couldn't even grab something, to the stage where they're having beautiful, intelligent conversations.
And the other 5, they're just on the side, I guess.
No, I said all of them.
Well, you said the one and the other 2.
I said the one and the others.
Oh.
Pay attention.
Oh.
Pay attention. And by the way, since I'm going to do this right now, I apologize for wherever this show goes into. I had to get the game. I just figured might as well get that over and done with. And again, if you want to be acknowledged for any of the giveaways, you have to say hi, and you have to make sure I know you're in chat. You can't just sneak in there and listen and not say anything. And
Well, you can, but you're not going to get anything.
No, that's true. Yep, you have to just say hi. So, so I don't know. I don't know about you guys. Anyway.
And if you're listening via the app or just on the regular internet radio station, you go to Facebook and look for Glenda's Dragon's Den page, and you'll be able to see the video stream there.
Yes. So, it is magical to have experienced the actual birth of a child. It is magical. Anybody, whether you're a stepmom or person who had the child, or foster mom or whatever, it is magical to see their faces. It is magical to see the magic they possess, and the knowledge that they have, and the knowledge that they develop, and the talents and the natural gifts and the charms. I remember my daughter, who she was like maybe 3, and she used to go up to everybody and say her name, and hi, I am so-and-so, and this is where I live, and my phone number is so-and-so. And that's because she wanted to make sure that in case she got lost, she would be found. Now, I would be like 5 feet away. So it wasn't a matter of her getting lost, because I was a nutcase when they were young. I would really keep them really close to me, because by having worked in an attorney's office for all those years and being paralegal, I saw a lot of stuff. And I was very cautious. And every single time anybody disappeared, I would send out the troops before I even started searching. And they loved to play games. They would hide in the stores in the middle of those round.
Oh, I love doing that.
Yeah, the middle
Like a
of those
fort.
Yep, the fort. And they would just sneak in there, and I'd be going around and around searching for them, and all of a sudden, I'd be like, just the clothes would move out of the way and be like, "Hi, I'm here. What are you talking about?" After I wanted to kill them. Anyway, but I always have the privilege of having this role of motherhood. And I know a lot of women choose not to have, and some women cannot have. But many have taken different options. You have a stepson, and I know quite a few women that they decided not to have kids and to adopt or foster or eventually foster and then adopt, whichever the case may be. And I know a lot of them that have been stepmoms, and some now are thankful, but in the beginning they were, needless to say, frustrated.
Oh, yeah. It's weird coming into a shake and bake kind of family. It's like it's already been pre-made with its own issues baked in for you to unravel. Like a Gregorian knot. It's like, I just want to cut it in half. That's not going to help, and I'll get in trouble.
And
So, just so I'm clear, because you're bringing foster
yes,
mothers into this,
yes,
the magic that you are referring to is strictly gender dependent.
no, there are some mothers that are actually fathers. There are some mothers that are men that take over that role.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, I just,
What?
just, trying to clarify. Because
Yeah, and,
it was starting to sound like there was this little wall of gender.
No, I'm talking about not
Okay.
fatherhood. I'm talking
Right.
about motherhood.
Right, okay.
Which is the role that a man or a woman have to take to be that supportive, that cheerleader, that loving, that tender, nurturing person. Not the father figure. The
So
father
you're saying
figure is
there's
Father's
no
Day.
tender, nurturing fathers. You can't be fatherhood and be tender and nurturing. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, just like you're saying all the time that there is a one that is the unconditional love and one that is the
But I'm never saying that's gender dependent.
no.
I'm saying that is dependent upon the role and identification of the child to the parent. In other words, a certain child is not going to want a role model that is far and apart from who they see themselves as, but it's not bound by gender. And neither is nurturing or compassion.
There's very different. Okay.
We'll agree to disagree.
Yeah, you could pick that up on Father's Day.
How kind of you.
Ah, you're welcome.
And nurturing. You're going to be there cheerleading? You're going to wear Spanx for me?
Oh, I'll be cheerleading. I'll be very quiet and going, go ahead, kill him. You can barbecue them. No problem. I'll just sit back here. It has, okay. No matter what the role model is supposed to be or the unconditional love parent supposed to be, okay, sometimes the mother or the father have to take both roles. It's just life. Sometimes you're divorced. Sometimes your partner passes away. Sometimes your partner says, bye, I gotta go. I can't deal with this. Whatever the case may be, sometimes there's one that has to take the role of being the mother and the father. And by doing that, they have to be the nurturing, the strict, the role model, the one that's the cheerleader, the one that goes out and helps with whether it's underwear or helps with bras or helps with condoms. Whatever the case may be. Sometimes the one parent has to take the role of everybody. Now, the nurturing and all that, that's the magic. The magic is what a woman, as a mother, feels when they see their children, whether it's children that they had or children that they were presented to them, or even sometimes you decide not to have a child, but you have a sister or brother that has a child, and you kind of adopt them.
And you're trying to tell me a man can't feel that?
A man can feel it, but the man decides not to show it, except for one person that I know that has decided to be that way since his children were, 3 and 5. And he can be very loving and very magical, but he also can be very strong and strict like a father.
So you're thinking it might be a predisposition, like based maybe in genetics, where it's like the mother has to bond so closely with the offspring, and it's the physical connection, like through breastfeeding.
Well, not only that, my kids, I had my kids. So from the time I knew that I was pregnant, I already had that bond with them.
Yeah.
All right. And the magic was when they actually were born and they actually showed them to me. It's like, oh my God, that's the foot that kicked me. And that's the little hand that was punching me and causing me to really have an agita. And oh my God, that's the full head of hair that I wanted to throw up every single day for. So that magic is to those women who were fortunate enough to have a child. Okay. But that same magic appears when you decide to be a mother, whether you're a female or a male, to a child. That magic, that connection, that spiritual connection you develop, and it just comes to you. When you look at a child, say it's a friend's child, and you look at them, and all of a sudden you just feel in your heart like all warm and fuzzy and all that, you're already building that connection. You build that connection, and that's the magic of it. The magic is that no matter if God forbid your friend passes away and leaves that child to you to take care of, okay? That connection that you started when you first saw that child, that connection continues. And even though they'll put you through every type of obstacle and test that there can be, you will still feel that special connection with them. And that's the magic of it. It's not whether you have to be strong or you have to be weak or whether you have to punish them or give them chores or you have to do this or you have to, whatever it is, that's not the magic. The magic is that connection that you build or you develop, or it just happens with that child. When you look into that child's eyes, that soul connects at a completely different level than just the physical form. Yes, they're very cute in little tiny outfits. And yes, they're very cute.
But they get obnoxious when they become teenagers, let me tell you.
Pre-teenagers, they get very obnoxious.
Oh, God, and they're so loud. But now my teenager's completely quiet, and now he's going to be an adult, and I'm just not sure how to handle that.
Oh, you're getting old.
So, when
the moon hits your eye.
Excuse me?
Sorry,
and a
I
piece
just...
of pie. That's amore. Go ahead.
So now I want freaking pizza. Anybody out there knows what a studio is? You got
Pizza. I could go for some lasagna because it's so freaking cold out.
In fact, anybody that's interested in being a sponsor, we can try you out.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah.
I have bonded very deeply with many children, including my son when he was in utero. As an empath, I felt him before he was born. In fact, I felt him at the moment of conception. I felt that soul at the moment of conception. So,
Sorry, Matthew. Go ahead.
he manages. So, I'm still really unclear as to how you're making your distinction over magical motherhood, because as I experience it, it's a blend, and it's a blend based on your ability to accept that child and bond with that child and the child accepting that bond or not. Because, you know, I'll have a bond with a child, and if the child rejects that bond, that's certainly free will, and that's the child's right.
Mm-hmm.
But again, as an empath, my experience is that I have experienced the magic, and maybe that's why I'm not allowed in Disney World, which isn't true. I can go there anytime.
You felt the magic too many times, so Disney said you're not allowed.
Yeah. No. Like I said, Abigail said, your family, just let me know. But anyway, so I'm still struggling with your distinctions here.
Well,
Help
you-
me to understand.
you're
please.
an empath. You're not an average man. An average man has been pounded in them since the day they were born that they cannot feel, that they cannot express their feelings, that they cannot be a true father. This has changed.
It's just been a nasty habit for a long time that
Yeah.
we're trying to kick.
Right. And the whole idea of bonding with the child. Okay, you were able to know when you conceived it.
Him.
Him. I was able to know
Matthew,
when I
you're
was
in
going
it.
to conceive my kids when I was 10 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I knew the sex,
I didn't say
everything.
when I was going to conceive.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to
Okay.
conceive?
Yeah.
Too much caffeine?
Spiritual conception. Okay? You know, the physical's got its place, but it's got its limitation. So, yes, I also had my own understanding of when and where and how and who and why. Well, the why is still a little unclear. But there are a lot of empaths out there, and there are a lot of women, by the way,
Yeah.
who, for lack of a better definition, I'm going to say have been emotionally crippled, who cannot feel that bond, who may or may not have children, and cannot feel that bond. So I'm having a real struggle with this gender-dependent direction you're taking the show.
Well,
but
You're
it's
saying
Mother's Day.
to me the whole time, okay, there's a role model, and it depends on the child's identification of the gender. And then there's an unconditional love
Right.
dependent on the child's identification of the gender.
Right.
So you were talking about gender way before anything. The gender I am talking about is the mother who looks at a child, okay, and all of a sudden that child just blossoms, comes to you, and has an interconnection way beyond physical, whether they're family or not, way beyond anything. I could go into a place and bond with a child and
Not be put on a list. I did it. Sorry.
and not be put on a list. No. And know what that child is thinking and know what that child is doing. But that's because I have the gifts.
Okay. You're discussing my views on parenting, not on the responsibility and acceptance of responsibility and ability of soul evolution to connect with another soul. So when we want to talk about parenting, then we can discuss what I've expressed with you and to you and for you on my distinctions of how we are hardwired to have one unconditional love parent and one role model parent. And these are ideals,
Well,
obviously,
those are-
but that has nothing to do with the magic of bonding.
The magic is not just the magic of bonding, okay? It is the magic of being yourself and having to be sometimes both mother and father with a very fine line. Very fine line.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
So would it maybe a better description be like it's kind of like the mantle of mother and the mantle of father? Because like guys can become more mother like aspect like, but they have a lot more hurdles to jump through than women do.
Right.
So that's why you tend to see men less like the mother figure, though it is possible that sometimes they just have more red tape to get through.
Because
It's
they have
emotional or
been
otherwise.
because they have been all this time told that they have to be the father, the stern one, the unconditional love to the daughter, because that's daddy's little girl, or
Okay,
mom's little son, okay? But the father has been inbred in them, basically.
Inbred?
Yes, inbred.
Embedded?
Embedded and inbred.
Yeah, let's
embedded
stick with
sounds
embedded.
bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
The family tree is a fork in the ground.
Well, that's West Virginia.
A
No, never
fork
mind.
in a lot of places if you're
Well,
embedded.
there's no forks. That's the
Yeah.
problem. It's just a dead stick.
But no, seriously, they have been pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed and pounded and pounded and pounded to the point where they have to be the breadwinner. So they have to go out and be at work. And the mom is the one who does everything. And then when they come back, this is the way that now thankfully has been changing. But the way it was wait until your father got home. Why? Why do I have to wait until my father gets home? And I'm not saying that's how it worked in my family. In my family, my mother was both mother and father.
Yeah.
At any point, and my father was both mother and father at any point. Once they got
Evolved.
once they evolved into
Once
their
they
prayer.
evolved. Okay, so it's now we're
Not-
getting. Is it a soul evolution thing you're talking about here, or are you still going to hold to the gender bias of only mothers can have the magical?
We're dealing with the hottest takes this Mother's Day. Only on Glenn's Dragon's Den.
That's hot.
Roll credits!
Oh, boy. Anyway.
No, I'm really trying to understand because again, when you brought up the daughter and daddy's little girl, that's fine if the daughter is identifying as a woman, as a daughter, but not all daughters do. And this is what I've been saying, that each child is going to present with their own needs of who the unconditional love parent is for them and who the role model parent is for them. And it's not about what the world does, it's about how the child is hardwired. And then it's our responsibility to try and meet those needs of the child as best we can. Now, in an ideal world, in my experience, that is with one parent serving as the unconditional love parent and the other parent serving as the role model parent, but not static, because each child may need the different parent to serve in those roles. A girl who wants to grow up to be a woman and identifies with that dogma doesn't necessarily want her father to be her role model because her father is not necessarily going to have those qualities that you say are inbred or embedded or somehow shoved down our throats. But if that daughter identifies with a more masculine mindset, then she may want her father to be the role model. And I know a lot of people that have gone that path.
He knows
I'm
a lot
still
of people,
struggling.
guys.
Excuse me?
Nothing.
I'll get it on a replay.
Yep.
Actually, that wasn't muted, right? So, this is where I'm struggling to understand why you're making this a gender issue.
Because men cannot bear children, basically. And the magic in a woman.
But you brought fostering into this.
Yes, because a lot of women take fostering like if it was their own child.
And so do men. Okay? And again, when my son was developing in the womb, I felt everything that was going on there.
Okay.
Okay? As if, including kicks and nausea and all of that. And it was funny for me sitting with the doctor, you know, while he's describing various remediations for the mother. And I'm like, what do you got for the father? I'm going through the same shit here. So that's why I'm struggling with your, you know, your little curtain of...
Just because you were 5 years old and you connected with your higher self and the creator and made it a point to make it, you know...
A deal.
So a deal, yes.
Deal or no deal.
A deal or no deal, okay. Not everybody does that. And most people just are born, they get told what role they got to play, or they're shown what role they got to play, and basically that's the rest of their life until they decide that that's not what they want to do.
So now we're at a soul evolution curtain. And that is something that is much more acceptable to me than saying, well, a man can't do it because he's a man and he can't bear children. But then you bring fostering into it.
Okay.
So,
a foster mom, all right, who's been trying to have children.
Okay, so only foster moms
Hold
who
on.
have been trying to have children?
Excuse me. Can you let me finish?
I'm just trying to understand your definition of terms here.
Whose Mother's Day is this? Me. Not your Mother's Day. You're another mother.
Oh, I'm a mother.
Yeah, but not the way that it's meant to be. Actually, we're going to take a break, Ashley.
Yeah, we need a break
We
so
need
I
a
can
break.
like simmer down the dragon before he explodes. It's getting hot. It's getting heated in here. It's good because it's cold outside.
Yeah. See you in a bit.
Attention, this important consumer alert is brought to you by Annuity Action Network. Hey, did you know it's possible to receive upfront money from your monthly settlement payments? It's true. If you receive monthly payments from an annuity or a structured settlement and you need a lump sum immediately, then you need to call Annuity Action Network. With your cash today, you can pay off credit card debt, pay medical bills, fund your education, or improve your home. You don't need to wait. Call the Annuity Action Network now to get your fast cash with no hidden costs. And if you call today, we'll even send you a $100 cash gift card just for verifying your settlement payments and your contact information. If you have a structured settlement or an annuity and you want cash now, call Annuity Action Network right now.
800-296-1553. 800-296-1553. That's 800-296-1553. Funding subject to approval. Certain restrictions may apply.
I'm going to tell you how you can get real healthcare for as little as $6 a day. Yes, now you can get affordable healthcare for you and your family immediately and save as much as 50% off your current monthly healthcare payments. Our plans are perfect for people that are self-employed, can't afford health benefits where they work, or just want to pay less for their current healthcare. And coverage is guaranteed regardless of your medical condition. We even offer some of the new Christian faith-based health benefits. Save up to 50% on your family's health care. Make a free quick call now. There are no contracts, and we give you a 10-day money-back trial period. Call Provision Enrollment right now for your risk-free, guaranteed health insurance quote starting at $6 a day.
800-398-0651. 800-398-0651. That's 800-398-0651.
Are you an active stock market investor? Well, then you know these three key words: buy, sell, hold. Those three magic words can make or lose you money in the stock market. What if we can show you a time-tested tool that's been helping stock market investors succeed for over 30 years? It's called VectorVest, an amazing system designed to make smart investing easy. The VectorVest system analyzes, sorts, and ranks over 19,000 stocks every day and tells you when to buy, what to buy, and when to sell any stock to maximize your profits in less than 10 minutes a day. And if you call right now, you can test drive our amazing Vector Vest system risk-free for 30 days for just $9.95.
800-958-0341. 800-958-0341. 800-958-0341. That's 800-958-0341.
Looking for high-speed internet where you live but are out of reach of cable and fiber options? Look no further. High-speed internet is now available in your area as your local authorized HughesNet retailer, Whole Home Connect, makes it easy to get the high-speed internet you need with blazing fast speeds, unlimited data with no hard data limits, with built-in Wi-Fi for as little as $2 a day. Act now and for a limited time, get free standard installation and free equipment with HughesNet from Whole Home Connect. You'll enjoy internet service that lets you do more of everything you want to do online, like shopping, surfing, and staying in touch. Call Whole Home Connect and see for yourself why HughesNet is America's #1 choice for satellite internet.
800-696-2871. 800-696-2871. 800-696-2871. That's 800-696-2871.
Have you written a book? You can become a published author with Dorrance Publishing, the nation's oldest publishing services company. Countless authors have trusted Dorrance for nearly 100 years to bring their book to the market. Our professional team will edit your text, design your book pages, and create an appealing, eye-catching custom cover. Plus, our authors benefit from a custom book promotion marketing campaign that makes your book available where people buy books, like Amazon and brick-and-mortar bookstores. So make this free call right now to claim your free author's guide to publishing. Don't wait another day. Take one step closer to realizing your dream of becoming a published author and seeing your name in print. You've already written a book, so the next thing to do is make this free call right now to Dorrance Publishing and get your free guide to publishing. Call right now.
800-847-1362. 800-847-1362. That's 800-847-1362.
So welcome back to Glenda's Dragon's Den. I'm Glenda Dawson, your host. We're going to continue the magical motherhood subject.
Ding, ding, ding.
Two.
Fight!
Anyway, we're asking for questions in the chat room, and the questions that we will use will enter the person for that segment for the one giveaway per half an hour, even though we're a little behind. But you
like
guys,
you're
behind. I'm a great big behind.
you guys didn't stop us. You got to start talking.
That's not their job to stop us. It's my job to throw something at you. But you look like you're having so much fun over there.
Oh yeah, well, you know,
I would have stopped it if someone had a flying chokehold.
not if I was doing the.
Leaping like a great jungle cat across the station.
All right.
She doesn't need to do that. It's more like Star Wars with that.
Force choke.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's see. Christy, I'm sorry. Christy Adams. She had a very good question. Do mothers still love and protect their children from the other side? That is a phenomenal question, and I'm going to give you my experience. This week, for the last couple of weeks, I've had a very hard time. I've had
And it had nothing to do with me, folks.
Keep it up.
Well,
and
it
mute the
did,
mic.
but it didn't.
Anyway, there were a lot of things going on in my life. Some that I internalized because I have to think about things and discuss it with my other twin, basically, until I come up with my own solution. And then I would be able to discuss it or talk about it or come up with a, what do you think type of question. Whenever I thought of a certain direction, my mother would actually leave pennies around. pennies in places that I could not even think about, like in the shower. Yeah, in the shower, in the middle of the bed. I get up, I'm ready to do the bed, and there's a penny. So it was just her way of saying you're on the right path. So yes, and they do protect me from the other side. Whenever I have a dilemma or something, or I sense that there's going to be a conflict or some type of a dangerous situation, or even if somebody's not really on my side, I hear my mother talking to me. And I hear my mother coming through, not just in my own way of listening, but also when I do automatic writing, she tells me, hey, hon, I love you. I'm here. Don't go that way. Or, pay attention to the red flags. Or even sometimes I smell her one particular fragrance. She loved roses, and I could be in the middle of the house where there's absolutely no live roses, because I collect dead roses, by the way. No live roses. I do.
Hey, rose petals are great for different work.
No, but I actually collect them complete with stem and everything. I have my bouquets.
I just have a little container filled with stuff. So if I need something to do something, I'll
Yep.
just some of that. I knew it. Here we go.
Yep, there you go. Anyway, so I smell that fragrance, and I know that that's my mom saying, yep, you're on the right path. You're on the right way. Oh, wow, your mom is called Chrissy. See?
No, her mom called her Chrissy.
Oh, okay. Oh, yep, sorry.
You gotta get your dragon glasses.
See, maybe it's your mom channeling through me. Maybe it's your mom just saying, hey, I'm here. So how can you even doubt that? That's one thing. They will always protect you.
Like your mom answered you right away.
Yep.
So you never smell cigar smoke. You never smell pipe smoke. You never.
Not when I'm asking certain questions.
Okay.
No. And when I direct my questions to my mom, she answers me.
And when you direct your questions to your mom, she answers you. You're also from a very powerful matriarchal, many generational family heritage. So, that's your experience, and I do respect.
And I did say, from my experience.
Right. But mothers are not the only people who answer questions.
The question
I
was...
understand. The question was very
specific.
very narrowly, specifically directed. But that's not to say that protection doesn't come from all different places and paths, and even ascended masters. So, it's not limited to mothers.
No, there's no limit to mothers, but the question was, does mother protect you from the other side?
Right.
And yes, mothers do protect you from the other side.
Right. And
that's
so do
the
fathers.
answer. I don't care about fathers. That
I
wasn't
know
the
you
question.
don't care about fathers.
That
That's
wasn't the
why you're-
question.
So she's talking about moms. Why would
Mother's
she suddenly
Day.
talk about dads?
Mother's Day.
Father's Day, we'll go into the father stuff.
Yeah, we'll go into
Then
the
you
side
can
of-
shine.
Then you can shine and say whatever you need to say. Anyway.
Oh, God, help us all. Maybe this will be a pre-record. I'll edit them out.
But yes, Christy, they do protect you. They do respond to you. You just have to look out for the signs. And I could tell you from my experience, she is always there watching out for me. Always. Including the fact that she told me whether to marry this guy or not. So, which I really got to have a chat with her.
I was going to say.
You can have Ariel.
Like, Mom, you poking fun at me? It's like, no, Glenda, you should marry that one.
Yeah, you should marry that one. But yes, and from the other side, all of our family members, really, all of our loved ones are always taking care of us, guiding us. We just have to look for real signs. We have to look for them.
I just want to say that the only one that ever left me penny was Dr. Smith. But that's a very vague reference.
Never mind. Anyway,
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Yes, my mother is the one that leaves the pennies. My father is the one that leaves the quarters. That's how I know who's there and who isn't, basically. Not only that, but I also dream about them. And I also speak to my mom and my dad in my dreams. When I ask specifically, Mom, what do you think? She responds. Not Dad, not Grandma, not anybody else. Dad and Mom. And if I ask for Dad, Dad responds. Nobody else. And anybody can do that. They just have to look for the signs and be open to it. They're all around you all the time. And the connection didn't start here. The connection started on the other side. And that connection is what people call soul families, and that connection goes from lifetime to lifetime to lifetime. And this time I was her daughter, but next time she could be my daughter or my son or whatever the case
Or
may
your
be.
father.
Or my father.
The one thing I will give you, the one thing I cannot claim, is the incredible fact of when eggs develop in a fetus. And so a woman who's
Sorry, no, I
pregnant.
just want eggs.
I'm sorry?
Sorry, I just want eggs now. It's like the eggs in the fetus. I'm like,
Bacon eggs. Bacon eggs.
Anyway.
That's a private joke. But a fetus develops eggs, all of the eggs, in utero.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
you know, provided the fetus, of course, is a woman, girl. So 3 generations in utero at once
Yep.
if the fetus is
A female.
a female. So that is something that is very unique to me about women and motherhood and genetic memory and all of that. Really, that is incredible to me.
Yep.
But time, space, physical, that's all, while it has its place, nothing to do with soul evolution and other connections and bonding and other things. Everything is a piece of it, but nothing is exclusively one gender or another to me.
Except for the fact that if I have a daughter, she has my mother's eggs, my eggs, and her eggs. Wow. Anyway.
Wait, your daughter has your mother's eggs?
Yes, she does. Every single generation has 2 generations back.
2 generations back.
Back. Me and my mother.
Right. Your mother has your
My
daughter's
daughter.
eggs. Your daughter doesn't have your mother. It doesn't go that way.
Well, you know what.
Just clearing that up.
Anyway. Now, I have Stephanie that asked, when I pass one day, do you believe that when my daughter also passes that we will be together again? Stephanie, yes. You came in a soul family. When the soul family travels from lifetime to lifetime, and you do meet back in the other place, heaven or whatever you want to call it, and you do meet there, and you do recognize each other, and you make another contract. Like, okay, who's going to be mom? Who's going to be dad? Who's going to learn what lesson? Who's going to help them learn those lessons or facilitate the learning of those lessons? Who's going to go through what? And then you come back together again. And you'll meet each other up there and you'll meet each other here. May not be in the same way. It's maybe, like I said before, that, you know, I could be a father or mother, or an aunt, an uncle, whatever the case may be. But you will see each other again in another lifetime.
So with that, do we have a winner?
Well, we have actually 2 winners.
2 winners.
Yep.
2.
Wow. Anyway, Christy, you're the winner of one of them. One of the 4 items that we have rolling the pictures on.
Congratulations, Christy.
Yes. And Stephanie.
And happy Mother's Day.
Stephanie, you're the other one.
And congratulations, Stephanie, and happy Mother's Day. And for the men who are circling the water, men can win these things too. You just have to kind of reach down into wherever you reach down into and come up with something worthy.
Anyway, you have to just ask a question in the chat room. Do not listen to him. Do not pay attention. And I did apologize in the beginning of the show. So just so you are aware of, and a reminder. So congratulations to both of you. And after 7:00, we will start the second round of
Ding, ding, ding of
giveaways.
Awards, but
Dragon
you
fights?
can.
awards. But you
But
can't
you
do
can
the
awards.
ask a question between now and
I
then
thought we were gonna have
because
another-
we're not going to give out any awards after 8.
No,
I thought we were
not.
going to have another heated discussion.
Another heated discussion.
Because it's got to be warm in here because we're freezing to death. That's why we're having the heated
Not
discussions.
me. Yeah, no.
You're freezing?
I'm good.
I'm always cold. My thyroid's lazy. So.
Anyway,
So
this one is
magical
too
motherhood.
hot. This one is too hot, and that one is too cold. Thankfully, I am in between them, and I am just fine. So,
It's a Cuban sandwich today, folks.
Oh boy. Together we form HVAC.
yay! Carla or Renee, whoever is asking the question.
The Carla
Or
Renee
Renee.
Collective.
Yes, well, they both come on the same under the same name.
And who knows, they may be sitting on each other's
It's an
laps.
efficient use of social media. Why have 2 when you can just have 1?
Uh,
Less people that'll annoy you.
They just don't want to use the second power supply. That's
well, remember, guys,
they're
they
very
have
thrifty. up
no.
north,
They're having flooding up there,
Yes.
so
we're
you
just
know.
glad to have them.
Yep.
Yes,
and
we're
we're
glad to have
sending
you. Mm-hmm.
we're sending love, light, and prayers for anybody anywhere that's having flooding right now, because I see a lot of pictures and a lot of weather reports, and whoever's
It ain't pretty.
No,
The
so
iceberg's got to go somewhere, folks.
yeah, and unfortunately,
They're going up there.
they're going in places that are where people live. Let's just
Yeah.
say that. So instead of just going into the oceans and kind of going back over there. Anyway, Carla or
Carla
Renee
or Renee.
Yes.
Yo,
Will you know your children again on the other side? Yes. All of the soul families know each other when they get to the other side. You will not see each other in this physical package, people. You will only see each other in a kind of like a misty, cloudy, foggy kind of energy way. That's it. But you will definitely recognize each other. And you will feel that unconditional love as a whole family. It doesn't have to be that you were the mother this time and they were the children or whatever. It's just a soul family. A different type of love, unconditional, that you will never feel before or any other time except on the other side. It's very different over there. There's no walls, no hesitation. It's just love.
but over here, it's magical. So let's continue.
I was waiting for how you're going to end that sentence. But over here.
Hi, Elaine. How are you, Elaine? We're asking for questions, Elaine, so you could enter the giveaway. So anytime you have a question or a really good comment, like get rid of LD, we will we will take it.
Or we're sending lasagna. It'll be there in 20 minutes. Oh, look at that. You just
Pizza,
won.
pizza. Anybody who offers pizza? No, joking. Joking.
I wouldn't be upset with you.
You know, it's Mother's Day. You shouldn't piss your mother off by suggesting you get rid of LD. But nevertheless, magical motherhood.
Oh, I don't know, honey. You know, the
They
way.
had nothing.
Yeah.
Oh. Let me know when Granny shows up, then I'll start really worrying about it. But magical motherhood.
Granny is my grandmother or my great grandmother, who every once in a while makes her appearance and gives me her very direct opinion on things.
It sucks. Stop it. Don't do that. They're dumb. You're trying to have a conversation. He's an idiot.
A little more colorful than just that.
He's an idiot. Get him out of here. I hate him. He smells. I don't even think he washes himself.
Oh, man.
It's more like he's not even fit to clean out the outhouse. Granny used to differentiate with her men.
Yes.
Everyone had a specific purpose, and if you didn't have a purpose, get the hell out of here.
Yep. That's
But
what it
anyway,
was.
so
That's what it was.
magical motherhood.
Well,
It's magic, folks. It's magic.
I'm going to say what I'm going to say, and you're going to stay quiet for a little bit.
Okay, it's Mother's Day.
Thank you.
How long's a little bit?
As long as I tell you. Anyway, mothers are very important. They are our foundation, our shoulders to cry on, our go-to for advice and guidance, and our reality check when needed. They birthed us, they cared for us, and took us throughout life, which to me is one of the hardest jobs there is, because they never give up on us, even when everyone else does. Now, I'm talking about my experience. I'm not talking about anybody else's experience. Okay, I also like to point out that as children, we do not come out with manuals. We are just, here you go, and
Wait a
the
minute. There's an
magic,
automatic option.
the magic.
Sorry, were you allowed to speak?
You were not allowed to speak.
I will just mute your microphone. Carry on, Glenda.
The magic begins when we, as a mother, has to figure out
Mother.
what it is that child wants and needs. As giving the unconditional love, the development in the womb. And not every woman is meant for this job. I know that. Not every woman can bear a child and they get, and really that switch goes on. It doesn't. A lot of women get scared. A lot of women say to themselves, oh my God, for the rest of my life, I have to take care of this child. They don't understand. They get frightened. Mm-hmm. They run away. Their own experience from when they were young. They don't want to experience that or pass it on. Sometimes they've been through a lot of trauma and they just cannot handle and don't want the responsibility of not putting their agenda through their child.
Yeah.
So that's very, very hard for a lot of people. And not just women, men run away too. Men decide that they're frightened, that they cannot handle the job, whatever it is, whether it's a mother or a father job. And they just figure that because of what they've been through in their life, they do not, it's very rough for them and they cannot handle, they can't take care of themselves. They cannot take care of somebody else.
And I'll be completely honest, I never wanted kids. I still don't really want kids.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not that I don't love my stepson. He's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't really looking to be a parent, but I knew that he needed a mom figure.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever capacity I could fill for him,
Mm-hmm.
he needed that because he wasn't getting it where he was supposed to.
Right.
So because I cared about him.
Right. You
But
feel
it's
that.
weird because it's I don't get the woo-woo BS love doe eyes and, oh, it's the baby. I'm like, it's a kid. I try and make sure he doesn't die. Hey, he survived to adulthood. I did a thing.
You did good. You did good.
Hey!
If he's still here, Yay!
So you stepped up and you did that for him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So he did get it where he was supposed to.
he did get it where he was supposed to.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Because not all mothers are able to come up and step
weird.
up.
It's like a single mom, and to find that one guy that comes in, it's like, I accept you for you. I like you, but this kid's pretty awesome, except I was the female version of that. I'm weird.
Okay.
We know we work with him.
Ah.
Now, I don't know about anybody else, but from my experience, my mother could tell when anything was wrong with me.
Yeah.
Even if I was at work, she would call up, "Hi, how you doing? What's wrong?" And I couldn't stand her for that. Because sometimes I wasn't ready to talk about it. I was just like, "Not now, Mom. Talk later." And my mother and I communicated every single day. And she still, no matter where I was, what I was doing, thankfully there was times I was able to block her.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you know, those times. But she knew how I felt, how I didn't feel. And she even knew when I was sneaking around, when I was supposed to be in college classes and I was out to dinner with the kid's father before we got married and all that. So, you know, when she just knew, she just let me get away with it
Yeah.
because she knew that I needed to do what I needed to do. I could tell from my kids, the second they even drive into the house, like my youngest one, who probably will kill me after this, he could come in and I hear how he backs up the car.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a good driver. He's never driven into the house. I just wanted to clear that up.
He just drives up into the driveway, and I just know how he parks or how the car sounds or how he even maneuvers in there. I'll know if he's had a bad day or good day.
Oh, yeah.
If he's anything. And let me tell you, they could all tell you I knew everything that was going on all the time, just the way their energy is. Mm-hmm. And even though they thought they got away with it, there were times I just let them get away with whatever because it was a fight that there was no need to fight.
Yeah.
There's certain things you just let them go. And if you squeeze too much, it would be then harder because then they'll be looking for independence in greater things, for their control into greater things. So sometimes you just have to sit back and say, okay, so they're playing video games in the middle of the night. They think I don't know that. You know what? I'm just going to roll over and go back to sleep. And
It's not worth
it because a lot of the times if I would stop that, all I could see is that they would go into bigger things that they shouldn't get into. Mm-hmm. And not that they did, but the possibility was there. And the ability to control, get a feeling of control in their own lives has to start somewhere.
Yeah.
And if you let them be in the small stuff, then they won't go into the bigger stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and I was very thankful that I had that magical motherhood feeling and ability to know the difference. I'm not saying fathers can't. I'm talking about mothers. It's Mother's Day. Don't even talk to me about fathers. Anyway, and if you notice, guys, we're pretty much, he's been quiet. This is great. Oh, my God.
Yes, well,
Shut
now
up. I didn't
You
say
ruined
anything.
it already.
I know. Now, mothers are human also. Don't forget that. We sometimes do not know what to do. Sometimes become very frozen in fear.
Just making adjustments, folks.
We make bad choices. And most of the times we regret those choices. Sometimes, a good example, we were talking today at brunch. Then my kids came up and they took us out for Mother's Day brunch. And they were talking about the time that I actually took a pair of scissors and cut that blue cable that went from the cable box. You know how we used to have all those cables and it wasn't wireless at that time and all that. And just because my daughter didn't do something I asked her to do. And that was like the last drop. And I acted before just breathing.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. At that moment, it felt real good. 10 minutes later, it was like, oh my God, I got to pay $35 for another cable.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Not worth it. And then I have to hear her complaining and the other one complaining and the other this. And it's like,
God damn, I should have thought of that first.
I should have just unplugged it. But anyway, I found the scissors were right there. And instead of just taking that 1 second to breathe, 1 second to breathe. And since I've never hit my kids, I feel I did pretty good with just doing some stuff like that. And it was, it's a constant struggle. Mm-hmm. You had to juggle work. You had to juggle motherhood. You had to also be a woman, and have your own needs met, which 99% of the times you put them aside and you just take care of the children.
Yeah.
Especially if it's a sick child, a child that's going through some emotional stuff, any of that stuff, you have to just do it and then worry about yourself. And, my mother did it. I saw my mother do a lot of stuff that she would, she would be saving up money for something and she would say, okay, well, so-and-so, one of my brother and my sister or I would need something. And she would be like, well, let's take this and, and instead of getting herself that one thing. And it's just, that's the magic. Not every adult sacrifices for their children. And I'm talking specifically right now about mothers, and some do. And it all depends. If you're able to, from the day that they're born, you're able to be not just a friend, not just a shoulder, but a mother who can also discipline and give love at the same time. It's a fine line. It's a very fine line. But sometimes you have to be all roles. You can't just have this one magical couple that, is able to stay together.
I can't remember what we did, but my stepson turned out to be quite the level-headed, reasonable individual.
Mm-hmm.
Despite you.
I guess. No, I just didn't treat him like he was a tool for my own amusement and ego. I just kind of let him have his own autonomy and treat him like a human being. I'm like, well, what do you think? And he's like, oh, crap.
Yeah.
I think this. All right, cool. We'll do that.
Exactly. That's the thing. It's like, yes, appropriate age. You're not going to let him go to a porn site when he's 5. Or even use your computer for it.
I'm sorry, what age can he go to a porn site?
When he's
Any age?
18,
When
he
he's
can do whatever
18.
he wants because he's an adult. Well, maybe not anything. But maybe that's a rough thing for us because he asked to see Creep Show, like the horror movie Creep Show when he was 3. And we let him watch it and he loved it.
But
But that's not a porn site.
That's
So
not-
Yeah, no.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. For the record, as a father, I'm not a fan of porn sites at any age. But
No. But it's their choice.
because
after
I've
they're
seen them all.
18.
No, I haven't seen them all.
The babies aren't allowed to get old enough to be able to know what procreation is. It's not allowed.
Nope.
Because then it's a mirror of your own mortality.
Nope. And by the
But
way,
I'm just saying I'm not a fan of porn sites. That's all I'm trying to put out here. At any age.
You know what? On that note, I think it's time for a break.
yeah. Very good. We'll be right back with Glenda's Dragon's Den.
When I need a cut, I go to Diamond Cuts. Ain't no half cutting there. Oh, yeah. Woo! Man, at Diamond Cuts, their barbers got the freshest styles. Anything from fades, Caesars, high tops, blowouts, shape-up, tape-ups, and much more. Their barbers can cut men, women, children, young and old. Stop by Diamond Cut at 144 Pocono Boulevard in Mount Pocono, PA. Or just call at 570-216-4912. Ain't no half cutting there, baby paw. Yo, Stan, yo, Ant, yo, Black, yo, Light Skin, yo, E, where y'all at?
If you're struggling to pay or haven't been making your student loan payments, listen carefully to this urgent alert. Have you been out of school for 10 or more years and you're still making your student loan payments? Are your student loans past due or even in default? Can't go back to school because of an old student loan problem? We can help you if you qualify. Your student loans can be taken out of default. We can stop the wage garnishments, stop the collection calls, and stop the seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and see if we can help you reduce your student loan payments. One quick 10-minute call could solve them right now. So call the Student Loan Helpline now. 800-731-7534, 800-731-7534, 800-731-7534, 800-731-7534. This is a fee-based document preparation service to help you access free government programs. Call for complete details, not available in all states.
If you or someone you love suffers from drug or alcohol addiction, now is the time to utilize your private health insurance PPO plan to receive up to $30,000 or more in substance abuse benefits so that you have low or no out-of-pocket costs. We quickly help you verify your health insurance coverage amounts for substance abuse treatment so you can prepare for immediate admittance to a medical detox or residential rehab treatment center now. Select from locations nationwide while receiving up to $30,000 or more in coverage through your private health insurance PPO plan if eligible. We are the National Treatment Network, the premier matching service available 24/7. We help you use your PPO private health insurance with low or no out-of-pocket costs.
Call now, 800-961-2480. 800-961-2480. 800-961-2480. 800-961-2480. That's 800-961-2480.
Attention, this important consumer alert is brought to you by Annuity Action Network. Hey, did you know it's possible to receive upfront money from your monthly settlement payments? It's true. If you receive monthly payments from an annuity or a structured settlement and you need a lump sum immediately, then you need to call Annuity Action Network. With your cash today, you can pay off credit card debt, pay medical bills, fund your education, or improve your home. You don't need to wait. Call the Annuity Action Network now to get your fast cash with no hidden costs. And if you call today, we'll even send you a $100 cash gift card just for verifying your settlement payments and your contact information. If you have a structured settlement or an annuity and you want cash now, call Annuity Action Network right now.
800-296-1553. 800-296-1553. That's 800-296-1553. Funding subject to approval. Certain restrictions may apply.
I'm going to tell you how you can get real health care for as little as $6 a day. Yes, now you can get affordable health care for you and your family immediately and save as much as 50% off your current monthly health care payments. Our plans are perfect for people that are self-employed, can't afford health benefits where they work, or just want to pay less for their current health care. And coverage is guaranteed regardless of your medical condition. We even offer some of the new Christian faith-based health benefits. Save up to 50% on your family's health care. Make a free quick call now. There are no contracts and we give you a 10-day money-back trial period. Call Provision Enrollment right now for your risk-free guaranteed health insurance quote starting at $6 a day.
800-398-0651. 800-398-0651.
Welcome back to Glenda's Dragon's Den. I'm Glenda Dawson, your host. We're going to continue discussing magical motherhood. Being that today is Mother's Day. So LD, what's up?
What's up?
What's up?
I can talk now?
Yeah, you could talk for a little bit.
Okay.
It didn't stop you the last half hour. I don't know why it stopped you now. Now you're just being difficult.
No, now I'm just being threatened. I just want to invite everybody to stop by glendasdragonsden.com. Once again, weather being challenging and everything else going on, Glenda is here primarily due to her use of CBD oil products from CTFO. So if you are experiencing less than optimal health, why don't you visit glendasdragonsden.com, hit the CTFO button, and take a look at some of the incredible and guaranteed products that are available to you there. Glenda would not be here today in the studio. Is that fair to say, Glenda?
Yes, it is.
Without the use of those products. Also, at glendasdragonsden.com, you can link directly to Glenda's Magical Creations, where you can discover and avail yourself of some of Glenda's abilities, practices, have direct contact with Glenda if you so desire. There's a button for Glenda's Magical Creations there. There's also a button for her doTERRA link. Those are the aromatherapy products that also contribute to her wellness and her ability to be here. And we certainly use those on a daily basis for one thing or another. And finally, if you need a little more self-confidence in a somewhat challenging, confrontative world, there's the Force to be Reckoned With button, which will take you to her non-lethal self-defense cavalcade of toys. And discover that for yourself if you feel so inclined and feel that you need a boost of confidence as you go out into this less than accommodating world. And with that, I'm going to throw it back to you, Pookie.
Oh my, he's begging. He's calling me Pookie. Anyway, I just wanted to say that the winner of the third giveaway is Carla or Renee, who's ever there.
Carla and or Renee.
Renee, yep. So I want to tell you a little bit about the items.
Okay, Carla and or Renee.
We should call them that from now on.
Bouchard.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. They the items are all, especially the jewelry. They're all hyperallergenic. They are made of a combination of different silvers combined, and they're all real stones or crystals. So whatever I use real stones or crystals. I made these myself when my hands were a little better. Mm-hmm. You know, now I have to hit them all the time, so they kind of hurt.
Thank you, may I have another?
But that's some of the stuff that I do, and I wanted to just say that. So Carla, Renee, congratulations. So now we have Christy, Stephanie, and Carla or Renee. So one more, people.
One more.
Come on. I want those questions.
Come on, you got a question in you. You want this. You know you want this.
And Stephanie? Okay. Let's see. The question she has. I think it's harder for a stepmother at times than a stepfather because of the difference in the strength of the bonds. Maybe I'm wrong. That is an interesting question.
It depends on the kid and
It
what's
depends
going
on a bunch of things.
Yeah.
It depends on the individual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, the best thing I can suggest is just be around the kids, be present, because that's what I did. Because I've been with my boyfriend for 10 years. We're pretty much married. You're just not wasting our time with the paperwork, pomp, and circumstance.
Right.
And I just hung out, and like a kid needed help with homework. I'm like, all right, cool. And then I helped him with homework best I could because my boyfriend would be really tired from working cab all night, and he would just be burnt. So I helped out, and the next thing I know, I'm signing as a guardian on school forms, and then teachers are like, hey, Ashley, Matthias's mom, can you come here for a minute? I want to talk to you. I'm like, all right, guess I'm mom. Cool.
Yes, yes. But and that's the key here, though. You have to be present.
Yeah, you take it easy and just be around. Like, and when you're doing stuff, you don't need to push. But if you're going to do stuff like anything you do with your kid, invite the other guys along too. Make them feel like they're welcome and they're part of the family. But at the same time, like, you might want to talk some mess about the other one that didn't quite make the cut. But you got to not do that because it's going to build resentment in the kid and make them feel all messed up because if they get that bond with you, then they're going to feel guilty about loving their parent.
Right.
And, woo, not a good scene. Don't do that. Just, it sucks because every time my stepson's like, well, I'm going to go stay with my mom. I'm like, you're killing me. Where was she the last? I can't say it. All right. Sounds great. You have a good time? You might want to make sure you have plenty saved up. Okay, you're fine. And you just got to deal with it.
All righty then. Okay. So basically,
magical motherhood.
Yes.
Magical
Motherhood.
motherhood.
Now,
It's magic.
weren't you supposed to be quiet again?
I'm sorry. I was trying to be quiet. I wasn't like loud. I was like whispering, quiet.
Thank you. Anyway.
You thought shush and chaos.
All right. So I wanted to just give you a little bit of my experience. When I separated from my kid's father, and then it really hit me when I got divorced. When people started saying that I was a single mom. And truthfully, I just couldn't stand the term. I did not want to be that. I grew up with a mom and dad, and they never explained to me that those things could happen. Even though I knew and I saw it in some of my friends, I never thought it could happen to me or my kids or the whole situation. I just did not want to be labeled with that stagnant.
Well, it's like a term of failure.
Yeah.
People might not be specifically want to say, you're a failure, you suck, but it's like, the weight of the word is just you didn't have what it takes to make the relationship work because you were weak or you were this or you were
and
that.
it has nothing to do with being a parent.
What about the children? I'm like, what about me not stabbing him on the neck because he's an idiot?
Well, what about the children? Exactly why you separate.
Yeah.
Because you don't want the children to go through life with just hearing their parents fight all the time or, seeing whatever abuse they might be or alcoholism or anything like that.
All of this.
Yes. You want them to grow up in the most normal situation they can be.
Yeah.
Healthiest.
Quiet house.
The healthiest. Not always quiet, but the healthiest.
Yeah.
All right. And it's just that I did not want people to judge me either, which is really stupid because I really didn't care what people said, but it made me feel like for a short amount of time, it made me feel less than. And then I started changing my perspective and I was like, wait a second. Single mom. Okay. So yes, I am single and it only means that I am single because I am. I'm a mom because I am. And it's nothing more and nothing less. I wasn't married at that moment. And, once I changed my perspective, it not only changed the way I saw the whole situation, but it changed how I was able to really relate to my kids also.
Yeah.
Because at that point then, I realized that no matter what the situation was or how I was able to meet their needs or anything. It was the best that I could do at that moment. And that's it. That's all anybody can expect you to do. And there were times where I used to have to work my full-time job and then bring work home for extra money.
Yeah.
Because, even though there's child support, that's supposed to come
Sometimes it
in.
doesn't come in.
Sometimes it just didn't come in or didn't come in the way it should.
Yeah.
And, there were other things like doctor's bills and all that. You go to the doctor, they don't want to hear you say, well, I'll pay you when he pays child support. They want their check and their money right there and then so they could treat your child.
Yeah.
You go to the hospital, they don't care about, your copay. I'll get it to you when he gives it to me. They don't want to hear that.
No, it's like, I want money now.
Yeah.
I'm like, so do I.
Yeah.
Well, how are we going to resolve this?
You go to the pharmacy. You got to take care of it then.
Yeah.
And then all the activities, you
And
got food and clothing. And, when they're young, they grow out of clothing like you blink
Yeah.
and it's gone. So
Shoes destroyed. Maybe had them for 5 minutes. And you're just like, why? God, why?
and then there's, the Christmas and the Easter Bunny.
I've never seen a child go through so many backpacks. Like, I'm lucky if those effers lasted a year.
No, they never last. Unless you bought one that was like $100, they never last.
Or if it's like pre-1990, they might last a minute.
Yeah, no. After that, everything went crazy.
I think we're just complaining about the kids now.
But no, seriously. You go through life, through motherhood and all that, and it's an ever-ending job that you do not mind doing.
Magical. Remember,
Didn't we tell you not to talk?
it's magic.
Anyway, forever a mom. No matter.
But there are times that you have to, because you're so used to doing it 24/7, when it's time to stop, you need to, wake up. It's like, oh, wait, all right, hold on. You're actually 35 now. I need to stop it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, that is true.
Yeah.
And it's very hard when that first child, for me, it was very hard when that first child said, okay, I want to stay in Wayne while you guys live in Pennsylvania. Oh, really? And I'm like the mother, the hen, cooking big trays of food.
It's weird. It's like sometimes the maternal instinct sneaks up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm going to go stay with my mom down in wherever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but you could just stay here forever. Like,
Wait.
And then I snap back into myself like, what? Why?
They got to make their own lives.
Go.
Yeah.
Go be free. It's like, but he doesn't have to go. You could just stay here.
Why be free?
That's where that comes from. Whoa.
Yes.
Be free.
All righty then. Didn't we say to shut up? I'm pretty sure I did.
Fly, my pretties, fly.
Yes.
Magical.
Where's that
Make
hammer?
that an audio drop.
Where's that hammer?
It'll be a sound bite.
Here I am.
Magical.
Where's the hammer?
Magical.
Where's the hammer?
Magical. It's
Oh, God, dear Lord. No, seriously. A lot of people stay married, even though for the children's sake. And sometimes it works out, but 99% of the times it doesn't. If you have confrontation after confrontation with your spouse, okay, and all you do is have a chaotic, malicious, backstabbing household where all there is yelling and screaming and there's not a moment where anything is peaceful. That's not good for the children. You're not giving them anything that is helpful for them or healthy.
Yeah, that's the one thing, when I took up, I guess, the mom mantle or whatever, I was like, I refuse to let this kid even go through anything that I had to go through growing up because my mom and dad divorced, then my dad kept hanging out with psychos and then married one. So I got both spectrums, this is what a bad step parent can do, and then all the other drama from the other places. And I'm like, so we're not doing that. that, and keep that one. All right, we're good.
That's exactly it.
And the house is quiet, except when we play GTA 5, and then we try to like throw things to the TV while screaming at the top of our lungs. It's not at each other. It's at the idiot 12-year-olds who are sneaking in the video games while their parents are rolling over in bed. It's your fault, Glenda, is what I'm saying. Little Timmy shouldn't be playing Xbox when there's a 35-year-old woman ready to throttle him if he doesn't knock it off.
Oh boy, that's not good. That's not good. You're blaming me for some 12-year-old. My kids were, there were some of them were 12-year-old. Never mind. But at least I let them think they had somewhat control of their life. Let
And
them
they were
think.
dumb enough to believe it.
Kids.
Sometimes the illusion of control is all that's needed.
That's it. The illusion. That's it. Now, Anna Vasquez has a question. Is it not wrong to think that I did knew when both my kids were conceived? You mean when they were both conceived? No. There's nothing wrong. It is a perfectly good thing. It is your connection, whether you knew it or not. It doesn't make any difference, because once you knew you were pregnant, that bond it's like an automatic switch.
And I wouldn't be surprised if there's like an innate biological thing where your body's like, yep, it's baby time, ding-a-ling-a-ling, here we go. Get ready for 9 months of nausea.
Yeah, why do they call it morning sickness when it's like all the time?
It's like just unending misery. It's like your period, but it never ends.
Now.
Oh my God. My nausea.
And by the way, just for those
That's the Glenda's Dragon's Den soundtrack to be released next year.
Just for those that are wondering, I actually had to drink coffee before I even took my head off my pillow, before that even happened. And that is how I got away with not having nausea. If I did anything else, like the crackers and all that other stuff that they told you to do, I was nausea. It was terrible the whole day.
Oh boy.
The whole day I was sick.
So you had to like coffee first thing?
Espresso, actually. With full caffeine.
Nice.
With full caffeine.
Dude, I just love coffee.
That explains David.
I don't care about
All
the
that
watery.
built up caffeine, he still
And I
got
swear
it in
to God.
his system.
Like half the places in this town, they have like watery mess that they call coffee. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, if you can't have your spoon sticking up, it ain't coffee.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I want it to be able to strip paint. I'm weird.
Uh-oh.
I had too much caffeine. I had like Arabian instant coffee and holy crap, and a bottle of Pepsi. God help us all.
Wow. Yep.
Yeah, it's that sandwich again, folks.
Yep. It's that time of the show where
Magic.
her caffeine level is kicking in.
Magic.
It all hit at once.
And I can't keep the other one quiet either. So I apologize in
Magic.
advance. Magic.
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 You
Magic.
can do magic.
All I can think of is the song from Ghostbusters. Need the magic. He's not gonna find it.
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, we'll get flagged.
Yeah, we'll
Facebook
get
doesn't
flagged again.
Facebook doesn't like when you play music. Everyone knows what it is.
No. They just can't do it. They just can't do it.
Magic. More magic.
Anyway, I think my parents were actually together for many reasons. One, I never saw them argue.
Mm-hmm.
They never argued in front of their children. They never argued loud enough so the children would hear it.
Impassioned whispers.
Probably. Or they sent us to one side of the house and they were on the other side. Anyway. But it's not productive.
No.
It's not anything positive. And those that stay just for the children's sake, as long as you're able to keep the arguing and the resentment and everything out of the picture, but the kids sense it.
Yes,
my
they do.
eldest one, I don't know if he remembers, but a year before I got separated, he came to me and he said, Mom, you and Dad are getting separated and divorced. I know it. Why? Because he sensed the resentment. He sensed the fact that we could just not get along anymore.
Yeah.
We had grown completely apart.
I think it was in second grade when I gave my mom permission to divorce my dad. I'm like, look, Mom, maybe you should just divorce him. You really don't look like you're having a good time.
Yeah, and the kids know it. The kids know it. Kids, I remember a friend of mine actually was going to church and asking God to separate his parents because...
Oh, that's dangerous.
Because...
You really need to speculate exactly what that looks like.
Well, he would pray, and he would actually pray that his parents would separate because he had a feeling, he was afraid that they were going to actually kill each other.
Okay, but now he's asking potentially God to do it. Because
Like, all right,
when you
God,
just say, I want
them to
my
die.
parents to separate, that is one of the means possible. So if there's someone out there that's asking for their parents to separate, please be specific about what that looks like, okay?
Right.
You might get what you
Magic.
ask for.
Uh-huh. Well,
Yeah.
it's like
Magic.
Carla,
It's like magic.
like Carla's saying here, that she's a living proof. It was so stressful for the kids, even terrifying at times. It was horrible.
Yeah.
It was. It can be, and that's what I did not want to put my kids through. I did not want my boys to think that was acceptable behavior to treat their significant others that way.
Yeah, absolutely
And
not.
I did not want my daughter to believe that was acceptable behavior that she could just tolerate.
Yeah.
It wasn't acceptable in any which way. And Carla was telling me that she was 10 when all this was happening. So people don't realize that even though the magic of the love of a mother is there, and the connection that we have with our children, no matter what the father says or does, it can be very special. And I'm not saying every mother is wired for that. Not every father is wired to be a father either.
Yeah. Some people a baby happened. Now someone's got to be the parents.
Right. But
Who's it going to be?
but
Spin the
even-
wheel.
Or as David said, someone's got to be the adult.
Sometimes the 17-year-old is the one that's the adult in the house. And it's like, well, at least we raised you well enough so you could take care of us.
Hopefully. But, in that situation where there is a marriage or you're together or whatever, and there is a child born, you have to think that you were given this child for a reason. You were given this child to try to
Evolve.
not only through yourself, but also show them the way, protect them and be there for them and try to give them the skills that they need to survive this cruel world.
But it's also that balance of protect and free.
Right.
Again, it's all balance. It's all evolution. It's all about forwarding them to be the independent, secure people that they can be.
One interesting thing that my boyfriend did while our stepson, my stepson, was growing up was make him ask people in stores where the bathroom is by himself. We'd be watching him. We'd be peeking over a coat rack, watching. And Dad's like, I have to use the bathroom. And then I was like, well, go ask the lady at the counter. What are you doing? I'm not going to do it for you. Go do it. And now he's a suave, debonair player, can handle pretty much anything, kind of unflappable.
You can ask anybody what a bathroom is.
Exactly. I'm so proud of him because meanwhile, my boyfriend and I can get crushed with crippling anxiety at times. He's like, ugh. It's well, at least he's not a mess. We did great, everybody. Keep it up.
Yeah, yeah. And, even in times where you are not at 100%, when you're there, you have to be there. Just like you said, you have to be there no matter what. And we're coming close to the next commercial, but I'm going to read something I wrote for my mom in my mom's honor. And hopefully I could actually read it because...
That'd be good.
It's kind of hard sometimes. She's been gone since 2003, and there are days, there's Mother's Days, I have no problem.
Yeah, but then it hits you.
And then it hits me. Yep. And especially talking about the magic. She was my magical mother. She was my magical mother. She was, when everybody else was saying, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that, she would be like, go for it. Mm-hmm. Don't listen to anybody. You want to do it? The only thing that she refused to let me do was ski and ice skate.
That's dangerous.
Well, yeah.
Oh, my mom's a klutz. She almost got these massive blood clots in her thighs because she instead of skiing down the hill, decided let's tumble over top of everything and break all my legs. And the blood clot could have killed her. It was massive bruising. The doctor's like, why didn't you come see me sooner? She's like, I was a bruise. I'm like, you were a child.
Yep. So just want to read this. Mother, thank you for my life. Thank you for loving me at my most unlovable state and loving me through it all and even past that. Your love is unconditional, and I see that those conditions never ran dry. Even when I didn't listen and disobeyed you and Dad, and I didn't heed your wise words, you still loved me enough to give me a chance after chance after chance. You spoke life into me when I wasn't sure of my life or where it would lead. You loved me enough to be brutally honest. Oh, wow. And she was brutally honest. And those honest words gave me tough skin. It did. Because you knew this cold world would have no mercy on a young, naive, optimistic, yet gullible, carefree woman. And believe me, the world is really cruel. You knew and prepared me for it. You challenged me each and every day to do whatever I wanted. You allowed me to be who I was and needed to be at any given point. You taught, but most importantly, showed me confidence, grace, elegance, how to carry myself as a lady, but still stick up for myself and not be defenseless. Yes, people, I could kick back. I learned that people will say what they wish, but it was my choice whether or not to believe them because I know I am your daughter. That my worth is priceless and as far above rubies or diamonds. Through your life, you exemplified what it is to be a victorious woman, a warrior, a mom. And when I finally realized it for myself, I saw you. You gave me hope and security and life and a life manual to live by. You have given and showed me everything I need to navigate this life. Mother, you are my angel, and I will always honor and protect you. You have done this for me even when I didn't deserve it. You were a phenomenal grandmother. I couldn't imagine better for my children. The bond is unbreakable, and I am so happy that they were able to get to know you and be close to their grandparents. Thank you, Mom, for guiding me and being my biggest cheerleader, always telling me, wow, this is hard, always telling me there isn't anything I cannot do, and always recognizing the greatness in me. Because you meant it, you thought more of me than I did myself. You always saw the best of me. Your consistency and persistence has given me balance and stability in this crazy, unpredictable world. I'm able to stand tall and be me, unapologetically, because I had you. You gave me the courage I needed. I know as long as you were here on this earth, I was never alone. I always had someone in my corner to understand me and cheer me on. I am proud to be your daughter and friend, and I love you more than words can describe. I am grateful that your conditions never ran dry on me, and because of this, I am confident and I am able to tackle even the toughest days. Your unconditional love has given me life, and I hope that I have been and continue to be the same type of mother to my children. I love you forever and always, unconditionally and wholeheartedly. I wrote that for my mother in her funeral, and I put it in her casket.
That was lovely.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now, that doesn't mean I don't have other cheerleaders, but it isn't my mom.
But that's your special one.
That was my special one.
It's your mom.
It's my mom. My mom. She was there for me no matter what. So, and believe me, there were times where I really, really did not deserve a cheerleader. Like any child that's trying to find their independence and their
Yes.
illusion of control of their life.
We just want to drop kick them into the sun.
Yes.
It's like,
Yes.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it.
No, yeah, you should smile and okay. Just
You
keep your mouth-
smile, but that light is in your eyes, and they're still like, if I make any sudden movements, I might die tonight. It's like, I gotta be careful. Just walk away slowly. Maybe get like a rope flare like Jurassic
keep-
Park, and then throw it, go lunge in that direction.
Yep. That's the key there. That's the key. Smile.
The parenting tips expressed this evening are not necessarily the opinion of the entire panel. And when we come back from break, we're going to announce our fourth winner.
Yes.
So stay with us because there may be some more off the wall shit yet in tonight's show.
All right, we'll be right back, guys.
Bye.
Have you written a book? You can become a published author with Dorrance Publishing, the nation's oldest publishing services company. Countless authors have trusted Dorrance for nearly 100 years to bring their book to the market. Our professional team will edit your text, design your book pages, and create an appealing, eye-catching custom cover. Plus, our authors benefit from a custom book promotion marketing campaign that makes your book available where people buy books, like Amazon and brick-and-mortar bookstores. So make this free call right now to claim your free author's guide to publishing. Don't wait another day. Take one step closer to realizing your dream of becoming a published author and seeing your name in print. You've already written a book, so the next thing to do is make this free call right now to Dorrance Publishing and get your free guide to publishing. Call right now.
800-847-1362. 800-847-1362. That's 800-847-1362.
When I need a cut, I go to Diamond Cuts. Ain't no half cutting there. Oh, yeah. Woo, man, at Diamond Cuts, their barbers got the freshest styles. Anything from fades, seasons, high tops, blowouts, shape-up, tape-ups, and much more. Their barbers can cut men, women, children, young and old. Stop by Diamond Cut at 144 Pocono Boulevard in Mount Pocono, PA. Or just call at 570-216-4912. Ain't no half cutting there, baby paw. Yo, Stan, yo, Ant, yo, Black, yo, Light Skin, yo, E, where y'all at?
If you're struggling to pay or haven't been making your student loan payments, listen carefully to this urgent alert. Have you been out of school for 10 or more years and you're still making your student loan payments? Are your student loans past due or even in default? Can't go back to school because of an old student loan problem? We can help you if you qualify. Your student loans can be taken out of default. We can stop the wage garnishments, stop the collection calls, and stop the seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and see if we can help you reduce your student loan payments. One quick 10-minute call could solve them right now. So call the Student Loan Helpline now. 800-731-7534, 800-731-7534, 800-731-7534, 800-731-7534. This is a fee-based document preparation service to help you access free government programs. Call for complete details, not available in all states.
If you or someone you love suffers from drug or alcohol addiction, now is the time to utilize your private health insurance PPO plan to receive up to $30,000 or more in substance abuse benefits so that you have low or no out-of-pocket costs. We quickly help you verify your health insurance coverage amounts for substance abuse treatment so you can prepare for immediate admittance to a medical detox or residential rehab treatment center now. Select from locations nationwide while receiving up to $30,000 or more in coverage through your private health insurance PPO plan if eligible. We are the National Treatment Network, the premier matching service available 24/7. We help you use your PPO private health insurance with low or no out-of-pocket costs.
Call now, 800-961-2480. 800-961-2480. 800-961-2480. 800-961-2480. That's
Welcome back to Glenda's Dragon's Den. I'm Glenda Dawson, your host, and we're going to be wrapping things up. But I wanted to announce that Ana Vasquez is the winner of the last giveaway.
Yay!
Yes! I also want everyone that was a winner, I'll post it a little bit later, but I want everyone that is a winner to please send me your address if I don't have it, or even if I have it, because I'm a little not so with it sometimes. Just send me your address in a private message, and then
And if you forget, we know who you are. We'll reach out to you. Okay.
yeah, we'll reach out to you.
Yeah.
But
if you want to stop, the reaching out part, just get it to her.
yes, just send me your address so I could send you the giveaway. I will be
Not here in chat, privately.
private
'Cause
message.
Nobody needs to know where you live, okay?
Especially since this could be heard and seen by many people that you
Yeah.
don't need stalkers for. Anyway, so I just also want to discuss before we go on. Next week's show is going to be kind of like a paranormal show, kind of. It's going to be.
I don't think that's very kinda. It's
Kinda.
straight up. It's like no, weird stuff's going down.
Yes, weird, very weird. How to manage chaotic entities. Right there?
Or as Robert Goulet once said, how to manage your woman. No.
Another track from the Glenda's Dragon's Den soundtrack available
Yes.
next year from Wild FM Records.
I do, I've sat and I've listened and I've seen and heard some of the comments in chat.
Well,
And-
Carla and or Renee think you're both funny.
Yep.
Yeah, well, we are, but looks are and everything. And I do want to say that I remain unconvinced that this is a gender-specific anomaly. That not all mothers have special bonds with their children. And those of you that feel you do, good. Congratulations. You have managed.
This has made it easier for the small being you just brought into the world.
Well, I take nothing away from the bond you have with your child. It's not something that's on autopilot
Yeah.
because you're a mother And it's not something that is exclusive because you're a mother. But we'll get to that
And I'll tell you
in
what,
the Father's Day show, okay?
as a stepmom, I never try to step on my stepson's biological mom's toes. Like, that's his mom. That's nothing. I can never come in between because I did not physically give birth to that child. I kind of showed up one day on the front lawn when he was 6, and he's like, "Who's this?" I guess, whatever, sure. And I was like, "Hey, you know what? You're my mom. It's cool."
Well, you know, you never want to step on anyone's
No.
toes. You know, if
'Cause
a
there's still a lot of
child is
baggage up
having an
there.
issue with a parent, then the other parent or the other step parent needs to hear them out and make sure that they're safe.
Yeah, I'm kind of like a therapist, but
yeah.
with none of the training or the pay.
Yeah, but you know, you never want to put someone else down because a lot of times that's just a road to, you know.
Yeah, you
To a
might
mess.
feel like with the cord, you might feel great in a moment, but it's gonna have a lot of really nasty repercussions, and you
So-
can really mess with someone's head.
Yeah, so I mean, again, I'm glad you were able to take that high road, and regardless of his relationship with his mother. Yeah, I know. It's hey, I'm not saying it's easy. It's because I'm going to say that in my view of parenting and what I have espoused to many parents who have come to me looking for some guidance is that you don't raise children, children raise you. Children are in our lives for our soul evolution. They are an integral part of it, whether they are your biological child or not. And the greatest amount of stepping up for your soul evolution is to be able to facilitate an appropriate bond with that child and not be the sole bond that that child has. And with that, I'm going to wish everyone out there, I hope you had a great Mother's Day. I hope that if you didn't have a great Mother's Day, you will have a great tomorrow.
Yes.
Because not all of us have had optimal relationships with either or both of our parents. And we certainly don't want to exclude you here. But we do wish you the best. We hope that we've brought some insight to this topic. That's what we're here to do. You know, we don't always agree. There's right, there's wrong, and then there's Glinda's Dragon's Den.
What a tagline. There's right, there's wrong, then there's Glenda's Dragon's Den.
Meaning there's my way.
Put it on the poster. We're selling it.
And that's why we're on Wild FM.
No,
Ashley?
yes. What about Thursday?
I'll talk about comic books again. Yeah, we're going to be talking about like obscure comic books in our collections. I have a couple of weird ones. And picked them up at flea markets over the years.
Cool. And when is
It'll be
that
fun.
exactly?
That is going to be Thursday night from 7 to 9 p.m. You can check out the Wild FM Facebook page for the channel to our Twitch stream channel. Twitch is kind of like YouTube, but it's specifically geared towards people that love playing video games and talking about comic books and stuff. So if you're into that stuff, you really should be going to Twitch anyway, because that's where all the content lives.
Okay. All right. Then that sounds like a very exciting.
It's exciting. Everyone should come see it.
Come.
Yes.
And I want to thank everyone that's taken this wonderful, magical ride with us over the last 2 hours.
Magical.
And participated.
The magical part was keeping you quiet for longer than 2 minutes.
ASMR. Magical.
And I also want to thank my co-hosts here in the studio for refraining from throwing things at me and trying to cause bodily or spiritual damage points, and allowing me to be the wonderful bundle of whatever the freak it is I am. So y'all have a magical week.
Have a good one, guys. Have a blessed day and sending all good energy out to wherever there's disaster. They all need it. See you
They
next
all
week.
need it, even where there's not disaster, because in a moment, you never know. So sending
Magical. All right, kids, keep it magical out there. There's another tagline for you.
Have a good one, everybody.